All right. It is time. It is time. It is time. It is time. Yeah, this video is gonna be really fun. I already know off the jump what a lot of people, who's gonna be watching this. Like, generally, I have an idea of it. I know there's gonna be some people from home in the Philippines who are watching this, some people from the schools that I've been to, people in my community surrounding, and maybe people who don't know me that quite well yet, but they've heard a little bit of me, or they see me at work, whatever it is. So hi, welcome all. You're all welcome here. Welcome. This is gonna be a fun video, to say the least. And we're starting with a massive announcement that I'm coming out in some form, in some way. You don't know what it is. You guys like Shrek, right? Yeah, you guys like Shrek? I love Shrek. I'm lying to you. I don't necessarily love it or hate it. I'm indifferent to it. It's a piece of media. It's a piece of content. But one thing I know from there is they say that onions have a lot of layers.
Layers! Onions have layers.
So I believe all humans are like onions. We make you cry, and we also have a lot of layers. So I was thinking we can peel back just one right now. I'm going to show you the setup that I'm in right now. Already, right off the jump, we're already ruining the whole thing. Here is the setup I have. I have this light here that's plugged into the wall, and I put a piece of tissue on top because it diffuses the light, so it's not as hard like that. We diffuse the light with this. And this is the setup. I have these clamps holding this up. I have this little chair here. It's real nice. And you get to see the full outfit. Isn't it fire? Look at this shit. It's fire. But on the spirit of that, we're peeling back another layer. Yeah, so the stand is on my bed, which is why it's so wishy-washy. We're going to peel back another layer. I'm going to kneel down for this one so you can see it right here. So I put this on to access this whole outfit, but it's the wrong blue. And actually, not even just that, but it's the wrong size too. So I tucked in the back all the way down my neck just so that I could make it work. Because otherwise that doesn't look good. You gotta have it at the right spot, right? So taking that off, we peel back another layer. And there's no need for that now, but we have some stuff to talk about. So I'm gonna switch to a different setup on my desk. How about we go there? Ooh, whoa, different setup. Wow, whoa, so cool. Hi, welcome. You know why you're here. I have an announcement to make, right? Yes, you know that. So I better give you what you're looking for, guys. I'm gay. I'm kidding. No, I mean, maybe I am. I don't know. Listen, that's not... I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I played with your feelings. Okay, we got two things here. We got sexual identity, or sexual preference, and then we got gender identity. We're actually going to be talking about this one today. So sexual preference, you're getting out the way. You don't need to know that. Only the people I do my business with need to know that. Okay, anyway, we're talking about gender identity today. What is my gender identity? And that's what I'm going to reveal to you right now. Gender fluid. Wow, amazing. What is gender fluid? Amazing. We don't know. Just look it up, dude. Just look it up. Like, seriously. Okay. Now that you've looked it up, you know the definition. I'm going to tell you why I'm here. Like, why are we here? Why are we talking about this? Why am I fucking gender fluid all of a sudden, Like, for those of you who know me, that's probably how it'll feel. Like, why is he suddenly gender fluid? Like, I thought he was always himself. Anyway, so we'll talk about it. So I actually watched a video from the popular content creator, streamer Finster, and I'm going to put up the video thumbnail there so you can see what you're looking for. If you wanted to watch the video, I'll put it in the link in the description, of course. But essentially, I watched this video, and he talks a lot about identity, and, he's just being himself on stream, doing his thing. But he was talking about how part of his journey is, he took HRT hormones just to play with it and just have fun, and then he started identifying with it and starting to feel more comfortable in his own skin, and then he realized maybe there's more to it than that. And I just, like, I saw the way he was being, and it really inspired me to kind of look into myself and, like, who am I? Who do I want to be? Who do I want to exist as? And when I looked up I literally searched up, what is Finster's, like, sexual identity or gender identity, and that he was saying how he's bisexual and also gender fluid. And I was like, really? I never would have expected gender fluid. Why does he think he's gender fluid? So I did more research. I saw the way he defined it for himself, and then I related it to myself so quickly. Like, I was like, I feel the exact same way about myself when it comes to gender expression. Like, look at what I'm wearing. You know, like, I wear like feminine stuff. I wear femme stuff, and I do a lot of, you know, I feel like it's very nuanced. Like, there's days where I'm just like, I'm wearing femme stuff, and I just want to, like, I want to be treated well. Treat me well. And there's days where I'm just like, fucking, yo, get out my way. Like, dude, yesterday, I was walking in the rain yesterday, and I swear I looked like a fucking 30-year-old, like, man. Like, I was walking in the rain, like, because it was the fucking rain, and I'm just walking, and I guess, like, that masculine side of me it just came out. It's like the survival instinct. I'm protection. I'm getting through the rain. Like, it's so funny. I was looking at myself in my head. I was like, that's actually kind of fucking gas. That's hilarious. Anyway. But yeah, so I think, I identified with what Finster was saying. I really get that. And I think I feel more secure and validated because of it. It feels like there's a bunch of dots strewn about my life that are suddenly now, like, having lines. And I'm really understanding myself better, and, like, I get myself now. And I'm not to say that I didn't get myself before, but this is something that marks this one point in time. Like, right now, I can say I'm gender fluid, and it makes me feel great. Like, I feel liberated. Like, I can say, hey, I'm gender fluid. Cool. Yeah, that's it. But that's not it. There's always more to the story. And I think for us to discover more of that story, we gotta peel another layer. So, how about we do that right now? I'll see you guys in a second. All right, we're back here. We're gonna peel another layer off. I'm thinking we go for, how about the makeup? I mean, it's cool and all. Like, I really tried to make it work. It's a little mangled on this side. Low key, this side is way better. Look at that. It's pretty all right. There's a little bit of watering there that messed it up, but it's fine. Okay, we'll peel back this layer. Okay, give me one moment. Got the fucking makeup wipes. Got my makeup wipes. Let's do it. We're peeling back the motherfucking layer. Got many layers because I'm an onion. Okay. Wow! Amazing! It's coming off. Look at all that color. I got blue and white because I'm wearing blue and white, motherfucker. I'm so cool like that. I got matching everything. Amazing. I don't know if do women like wipe their makeup off like me? I do it like this. Like, I like just rub it. Like, I don't know. They probably have like an elegant procedure to it, but I don't know. I'm a boy. I'm not gender fluid. I identify as a boy. Okay. Let's keep going here. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Okay. I think I got most of it out. Yeah, cool. How about we head back to the other setup? See you guys there. Okay, we're back. And with no makeup on this time. Whoa, no makeup? Kawaii desu. I said that so wrong. I'm so sorry. I apologize to many communities that brought this kind of... Okay, this joke is forced. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that joke. It's not funny. Okay. We're taking a step back because we got another layer off. And that means we're talking about another topic. I came out to you just now as gender fluid. But there's more to it, right? If we peel back the layer a little bit further, let's talk about labels. Gay, straight, LGBTQT, LGTV. We got all of them. We got the all of them. We got so many labels. Our generation is incredible when it comes to, like, I feel like we would be like great geologists. Like great geologists, what is it? Like art historians? Because we have labels for like everything. We're recording, we're making sure not a single stone is unturned, not a single identity is not confirmed. Bars. We are good at that. And in the midst of all this, there's this one little boy who grew up in the Philippines, right? He moves abroad. He goes to Canada. He studies a couple years there, right? He's figuring out himself. He's constantly changing, but he's trying to figure himself out. Like, I don't know who I am. I'm a little teenager boy. Guess what? I don't remember what year specifically, but I actually came out as straight once. Dead ass! I'm not kidding! I came out as straight once. And I love this story so much because every time I tell it, I swear it gets better. Just the fact that someone can come out as straight in this day and age. So I came out as straight. And let me tell you the context, okay? So I had this wonderful like rainbow jacket. It was this rainbow hoodie that I loved so much. I would wear it all the time because I thought it was fucking cool. And not only that, but I found my own type of definition for what the rainbow jacket meant to me. I said the rainbow jacket, my favorite color is the rainbow. You didn't see any spit there. My favorite color is the rainbow because the rainbow represents like all these walks of life. I'm everything. I hit every mark. I got every color. I love the rainbow. It's amazing. But as this is happening, gay pride is happening, and the rainbow is associated with gay pride, with the LGBTQ, and of course of course at that time I'm in support of that, you know what I mean? But it's like I don't really know what that is. Like I'm not really in there, so I just I support it. Like yeah, gay people, but I don't really know about that. But what I do know is how it felt when people would question my sexual preferences because I was wearing a rainbow hoodie. And I was wearing that rainbow hoodie a lot, to the point that my own family would talk behind my back. And it's like, is he gay? Is he trying to tell us something? Guys, I want to know. I'm curious. I need to be in that business. And not to say that it wasn't their business. I never told them that. But they were making assumptions based on the fact that I was wearing a rainbow hoodie. And a lot of people did. A lot of my schoolmates started to question my identity. They thought I was gay. And no, not a lot of people would ask me curiously. Or if they did, it would get dismissed very quickly because it's like, are you gay? No. Okay. And that's it. That's all you fucking need sometimes, right? And then, but the rumors would escalate because I guess I was really trying to find myself. So I'm very free. And I am wearing this rainbow. There was a lot of stuff I would do that are not necessarily heteronormative. I was on TikTok. I wasn't afraid to talk about how I cry. I would say I have... I'm being me at the end of the day, my very much so teen self, just figuring himself out. And these kind of comments and these kind of rumors started to get to me. And I remember distinctly in Pride Day, Pride of, I don't know, whatever year, it must have been my first year at that school in Canada. I came out as straight. I put out this post, this fucking announcement, similar to this one. It's great. I had this announcement where I was wearing the rainbow hoodie. I was smiling. I took a picture. And then I put there in the caption, Happy Pride. I'm coming out as straight. And I had a whole thrown out, fucking caption. And it was reading out, everything. It's that's when I realized I was straight. And I think it's very important in this day and age that nobody tell people who they should or should not be. I need to be seen as who I am, and that is as a straight man. So that happened in history. I remember that I went home. I love going home to the Philippines in between the summer breaks because it's it rejuvenates you, right? So I went home to the Philippines that summer, and then I go back to school the next year, and I was so affected by the way people perceived me, and I was so not validated that I literally stripped down all the color in my wardrobe. I would show up every day in class wearing a t-shirt and like shorts, and there was like the spectrum of color was blue, brown, and black, and that's it. I mean, I have some fucking shirts here I can show you that basically anyway, like these kind of shirts, like they're just so bland, and it's just like I would wear that to class because I felt like I needed to be myself more. Like I need to be where I came from. Like I need to be more me. Like I used to wear shorts and a t-shirt to going to school when I was growing up. So I gotta be more me now because people think I'm this, and no, I'm this. So I'm gonna wear this. It reminds me of like, what's it called? Like Eric in Sex Ed when he did that in the one episode. You know what I'm talking about. Those of you who know. But he dressed up all, normal, and then he was really pissed off and hurt by everybody. And for a whole year, I experienced that. Like, I was just dressing up like normal, just fucking, like, don't talk to me. I'm like a normal person. It's like, it's weird. I had to get that story out of my chest because it's so funny. It's great. But there is room for more. So I am going to peel another layer off. Let's go to the next setup. I don't know why. Let's tighten this. I don't know why I said that this is the next setup. This is the same setup, but we're gonna peel another layer off. And what I was thinking is, oh God, you get to see my slides. Okay. So what I was thinking is I can take off the blue and leave the white, because the blue is on top of the white. This is like a blouse. I thrifted it. It's pretty cool. I love the color. It's great. That means we're gonna untie this. All right, the blue comes off. I'm all white now. Oh, take away my race. I'm white. Yeah, baby. I look like a runway model now with this. Cool. We stripped another layer off. Let's go back to the other setup. Rawr. I got another story for you. Yay! Woohoo! Yay, story! Okay, so funny enough, when I was a freshman at college, again, I'm trying to figure out myself again. We're in the big leagues now. We're in the college, baby. We ain't no high school. We're college now, so I'm trying to figure myself out. What do? I start femme dressing. I start cross dressing. What I would do was I didn't just cross dress, because cross dressing can be pretty gender non-conforming. You can wear some clothes, the way I dressed earlier, right? That's pretty gender non-conforming. You could say that's cross dressing of some sort. But what I did specifically was I put on the clothes of a woman. I bought these clothes, and I wanted to make myself look as much like a woman as possible. There were a few people who did support it. Like, someone did my makeup, and I remember I went out. I'm going to put up a couple pictures here of what I looked like the first time I ever did that. But I went out downtown, and I wore the mask so you don't see all my pimples, because I was very insecure about my pimples. But I had the whole thing out, had my hair down, and then I'm just like, But then I love to do this because my Instagram post would have one photo at the very end of the photo, right? I have my whole slides, right? I'm looking like the whole time. And then at the very end, I have one photo where I'm just like the most masculine shit in terms of like... So that was my whole thing. Like, I loved flipping things on their head. It was like this fun, daring, challenging, and creative way to attack something. I don't know what I was attacking, but I was attacking something. I was doing something, right? But at the end of the day, there was still someone there struggling for acceptance, like they don't know who they are necessarily, so they're putting all these costumes on. And I remember my dad saw the post, and he started talking to me about it. We talked, like my parents and I talked about it a lot. I have a closer relationship with my parents, so we got to talk about a lot of this stuff. And I remember comparing wearing feminine clothes with like costumes. Like it was Halloween. I remember I drew that comparison, like it's like Halloween when I wear these clothes. And that's such an interesting way of looking at it. Now it's quite concerning now looking back that I was looking at it like that. It's such a apparent way to say that I'm not secure in myself, and that's why I do this. And honestly, that's where a lot of it came from. It's just this lack of self-security that I would do a lot of that. I wore a lot of the femme clothes and I would cross-dress. And there were times where I cross-dress, and it really came from a place of self-acceptance. Like, I'm very secure, so this is how I want to dress today. But a lot of times, especially in the times where I felt like something big was supposed to happen, or I'm supposed to do something, I would wear the clothes as more of a way to really not accept myself, but to look for or search for external acceptance. Like, I wasn't accepting myself, so I need that from everybody else. So I ended up being like a culture vulture. Like, for the LGBTQ community, I'm sure many of you felt this. For those of you who are in the LGBTQ community and was watching the stuff I would do, or the kind of content I would put out, the pictures I would put out, and also some friends of mine have expressed this to me, but it's like cultural appropriation, like a cultural vulture. Like, y'all watch like Kendrick versus Drake. It's the same shit. I felt like I was doing what Drake was doing. Like, he's so internally not self-accepting himself, so he just steals from everybody else like an actor would. And it's just like, I'm going to put this on. I'm black. So I was doing the same thing when it came to not only, if funnily enough, right? It wasn't even just about the cross-dressing and the femme dressing. It was about cultures of many aspects. Like, I would say I was putting on a face when it came to not only femme dressing, but when it came to, let's say, my identity as a Filipino, or the music I was obsessed with, which is like ingrained with black culture. Like, I love music that comes from like specific black artists, and then I would take that onto myself and say like, wow, I understand black people. Like, I totally identify with them because I'm a minority in America. We're on the same boat. And not to say we are in some sense, in some broader sense, but in the deeper sense, it's like I was claiming that identity for myself, and it was quite selfish if you look at it, but the actions itself and the behavior, I have to apologize to the people who were affected by this. I don't know who was affected by it, but I'm sure some people were. I never had any bad intent. It really is just a person who just doesn't know themselves really and doesn't accept themselves. So I was looking for all these ways to put on like these masks and do this whole thing. And yeah, it's a little pathetic. But that was a time, right? It was a time. And that doesn't define us. I don't think. That doesn't define us. I used to harm myself by punching the wall. I used to. Okay, before I continue, I want to warn people that are watching this. I'm not gonna get too graphic, but it's gonna be pretty intense, and I know you're here to listen to a shred of vulnerability from me. But it's gonna be pretty intense, and so I advise you to hold on to your heart. You're in a safe space. We're here together. We're here to experience, not to experience this together, but you're with me. I'm with you. We're doing this together, and yeah, I need you to. Well, I don't need you, but we have this, okay? I used to punch the walls really hard, and I've been in situations where I've slammed my head in the wall as hard as I could, or I've hurt myself in multiple ways. Um, there was one breakdown I had where I've struggled with breakdowns most of my life. And these kind of like mental breakdowns, and I dissociate a lot when I'm in them because I'm just so like I just want to separate myself so much with the situation. So I just like create a version of me that is different or whatever. And sometimes they have heinous behavior, but it's like I dissociate myself. It's not technically DID, but it is dissociative. There was this like one dissociative episode that I had where I convinced myself that I was in a TV show of some sort and that my life was a TV show. So I just kept like talking as if I was hosting something. And when I tell you I was talking like this, and I was talking to him. I was very self-aware, and I was speaking like that. And was completely self-aware of my full situation mentally and physically, but with no ability to escape the intense like belief that I had in my head that I was in a TV show or some type of content that someone was watching this and this was peered on. I had this like parasocial, like weird thing in my head, and I tortured myself while I was doing that physically and mentally. Uh, um. I did all those things. I hurt myself in so many ways. I never cut myself, but I've starved myself. I've isolated myself from people for days and locked myself in a room with no windows and no light for over 24 hours without eating. It's torture. I've tortured myself, and I put myself in these situations because I didn't feel like I deserved to be loved and to live. Um, and there was nothing that anybody outside of myself that could do anything about it, because no matter what, I was still looking for the external safety. I kept looking for it, and in everybody, and everybody around me, my best friends, I kept putting them and manipulating them to save me because I couldn't save myself. So please save me, and I couldn't save myself, and it was so sad and so painful, and I felt like such a victim. And I hated myself for it because I hated putting myself in positions where people were manipulated. The people I cared about forced to and burdened to take care of me like I'm some bird that needs to be taken care of. And I couldn't take care of myself. And I wish I could. I wish I could. I hated myself for that. I hated the fact that I couldn't get out of it. And I couldn't snap out of it. I hated it. I hated myself for that so much. Everything that I tried to do to love, everything in regards to love that I tried to do, I relied on externally. I had to, uh, I was always just looking for love externally in every possible way, and it drove me to these situations of just genuine madness, genuine self abuse, self torture. Um, and I'm so fucking happy that I don't treat myself like that anymore. Like, so happy to be able to say, man, that's in the past. Like, what a breath of fresh air. Like, I just don't do it anymore. I just don't do it anymore. At all. My life changed when I was in a situation where I lost. I didn't. I mean, it wasn't death, but in many ways, it felt to me like I lost someone. And I lost someone in my life that meant so much to me and that I loved so much, and I still do so much. And I had to turn my life around because I was losing people around me that I cared so much about, that I loved so much. And it was all because of me and my actions. And it was because of the way I looked at myself and the way that I hated myself and all of that. And this is why you need to love yourself. This is why. Because if you don't, you're going to push every single person. You're going to hurt every single person you love. Every single one. They're going to be manipulated, forced. You're going to be a narcissist, an egotist. Your actions will reflect that when you don't love yourself. Be better. Be accountable. Respect yourself. And love yourself. And you do that with action. You do that with choices for your betterment. Stop putting yourself in these toxic environments where all that is left with is for you to just hurt yourself. Stop hurting yourself. And don't beat yourself up for hurting yourself. You're doubling down on the shame. It never works. It never helps. You will never grow if you start with shame. You must start with love. Make your actions, in your lifestyle, in your state of being, love. Because if you don't, that's all I'm saying. And so we love. And so we love.